If you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator bait. If you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator bait.
Welcome back and welcome in. I know that Silk is not here just yet, but he will be here in just a couple minutes. So we're just going to hang out for a little bit, kind of talk about tomorrow night's game against LSU, kind of give our thoughts on the future of the program, different things like that, to see what you guys think, what we all think as to where this is going to go and how this is going to go for the remainder of the season. So kick back, get some popcorn, put me on your TV. Let's hang out. Let's see how this goes tonight. See how tomorrow goes. It's gonna be an interesting one. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I'm nervous about it, but yeah, I'll say this: I'm definitely excited to see USF in Miami tomorrow night. Kind of see how that game goes. I think that'll kind of tell us a bit about how USF is going to be, just what they have to bring to the table. If Miami blows them out of the water, I don't know how that fares for us. I'm trying to be glass half full, be optimistic about everything, but it just ain't looking so hot. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just looking at the game tomorrow night, I was looking at the injury report and just kind of the updated injuries for it. It's looking like we are going to be without Dallas Wilson, without LJ McCray, without Trayon Webb, without Fletcher Westphal, without Scott Isaacs, and without Michael Caraway Jr. We are questionable for Michael Burrow, but that's a hefty list. For LSU, it is Zion Williams. He's out. Trey'Dez Green, their tight end, he's questionable. Braylon Moore is probable, and Destin Hill is probable. So really, they are confirmed without one person, and it's from their D-line, which they're not really hurting on. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, a lot's going to tell us about our team tomorrow night. I'm very curious about, I don't know with this front office anymore. If we get blown out of the water tomorrow night, does Billy still have his job? Are they going to wait till the bye week? Like, I don't know what the plan is and what they're thinking. If we go out there tomorrow night and we somehow beat LSU and then go lose to Miami, like what? I just don't know what this front office is looking at in terms of keeping him. I feel like this trial run has kind of run its course. So I feel like, again, I just told my wife this. Yet again, here we are in this same scenario that we were last year, that everybody on the Twitter timeline is hiring a new coach. Everyone's firing Billy. And it's just like, even if this man does pull a rabbit out of his hat and go win 8 games, say, do we really think, USF was not a loss on this schedule. That's not one that we expected to be a loss. It's just not. And it's mind-boggling to me. So, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I'll be a realist here. I think that a lot of people are looking at LSU last week in their game, and we talked about this in the pre-recorded show. I think a lot of people are looking at LSU's, subpar game against, I think it was Louisiana Tech. Let's be real here. I don't think that they went out there and gave their all. I don't think that they really kind of got up for that game. They are going to get up for this game. They remember the Gators dancing in the locker room. So we cannot look at that game last week. Yeah, 100%. That's 100% facts. That's what I look at it too. Is I'm like, and what's crazy is this is a game that Billy will go win. That's what's mind blowing, is that this is a game that it's going to be able to be talked about that, well, Billy doesn't win on the road and this is a top 5 matchup. This is a game that he would go win, but yet loses, and our team looks like they were Louisiana, the team that Billy coached. The way that we played, it looked like that was our team. And so this is a game that Billy would go win. And like you said, if we win, great. It's beating LSU. We always want to beat LSU. I don't care what it is. That's a team you want to beat. But it's just, I don't know. It sucks. It's such a, it tears me in half here because I can't not pull for the Gators. I'm going to wake up, put on Gator stuff tomorrow, and I'm going to pull for them. But also in that same breath, I'm like, if we win, that just saves Billy a little longer. And the problem is that we're going to a 9-game SEC schedule, and we'll be in the same boat next year. It'll be the same thing all over again. Billy's going to drop a game that he shouldn't, and then he's going to rile up the team. I don't know. Who knows? As Gators fans, what do you guys want? If you're in here, what do you want? And what coach do you want right now? Like, what coach out there are you interested in that we could pull in? I mean, I have a couple, but they kind of feel unrealistic. I'd love Lanning from Oregon. I wouldn't mind Fran Brown from Syracuse. I think he's a great coach. And I think at somewhere like Florida, I think that he could pull in even more people than what he does at Syracuse. I mean, I don't judge a lot of these coaches off of what they've done at somewhere like Syracuse. Even with NIL money, you can't do a whole lot. It's just not a lot of people want to go play up in New York. But he's definitely someone that I would be interested in. I think Fran Brown's great. Lanning, obviously, but Lanning ain't leaving Oregon. He's got an open checkbook there for whatever player he wants, whenever he wants. And the only way I would see him ever leaving and coming to the SEC is, one, if that Alabama job opens up and they offer him, or he's just as competitive as they come. I mean, honestly, it's the only thing I could see is that he just wants to test the waters in the SEC and get out of the Big Ten. But I mean, I just don't see it. I like the coach from Arizona State. Again, I don't know. It's so hard. But at this point, I just want any coach that's going to come in and show me some type of, that you were upset about the loss. I mean, watching that press conference on Saturday night and watching him go in there and talk and watching DJ go in there and talk. I mean, I looked at it and I'm like, I feel like they're going to go home and just have a grand old time. Like, they don't even care that they lost. I'm like, is there any competitiveness in you at all? And so I don't know. What's up, Brody? Yeah. Who knows? But just looking ahead at that game, and then if we dive into the USF game a little bit, just kind of going back, I went back and I rewatched the game. As much as it was salt in an open wound to rewatch that, I don't think that it was as bad as we made it out to be. There's my guy. It wasn't as bad as it was made out to be, but there's also a lot that went wrong. Let me get you in here, my guy. Yo.
What's up with it, man? Happy Friday.
What's up, bro? Glad to have you. We're just kind of talking about the USF game and kind of looking at the injury list for the game on Saturday, tomorrow night. But I was kind of diving into how I feel like looking at the USF game, I feel like I went back and rewatched it. And like I said, it was salt in an open wound.
Bro, sorry to hear that. Bro.
Yeah, it sucked. But I do think that there was times, and this is what I think it's what made me more mad at Billy, because there's so many missed opportunities But I think it was more so on him than it was. Yeah, like there's the drop pass by the tight end on the left side. I get that. Like he just completely missed it. That's a touchdown walking in. There's a pass interference that I don't believe was a pass interference. That was a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But why in your fourth season do we not have a disciplined team out there? I think that's a big part of it. And that's what gets me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tough. That's not the first. Let me make sure I'm on the right mic because sometimes I be on the wrong microphone.
I think you're
I'm on the wrong. No, I'm on the wrong mic. I'm glad I checked.
There we go. Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's it's discouraging.
Yeah.
Jamari Lyons spit a couple years ago. Got kicked out of the Florida State game. Wasn't made a big deal of it, but a couple years later, same thing. The 11 penalties in the red zone is also just like disciplinary things, right? So it's just the execution isn't there, the discipline isn't there. The offense hasn't taken that step yet. I know there's some things with Lagway missing camp and all that, but
yeah,
it's just a lot of things that just haven't progressed in the beginning of year 4. It's looking like the start of the last 3 years. I don't see any difference, and that's a red flag for me.
Yeah, I think a big thing for me too is that like I get it that you look at UCF. What that was 20. What year did they go in there? Like quote unquote, they won the Natty run. Was that 16 or 19? I can't remember what year it was.
16, 17, something like that.
With the Mackenzie Milton, and maybe that's the run that USF is on. I think that tomorrow is going to tell a lot when they play Miami. As much as I hate to admit it, Miami does just look good.
They look good.
Yeah. And, that's just coming from a football fan, not trying to be a rival, but I don't want them to look good. I want to smack them, come week 4. But that's going to tell us a lot. But another thing I touched on is I feel like when they go into that, when Tebow went into his press conference after losing, right, to Ole Miss back in 2008, he walked in and you could tell from the second he walked up to that podium that there was some type of aggression there. Like he was like, nah, this is not it. Like, I don't want to lose. And he made a promise to everybody, looked right at them cameras. And I think that DJ, in the sense of throwing the football in the way that he can be, I think he has the abilities to be a better quarterback than Tebow. And he's got the leader mentality to him. We know that, and we've seen that. But I'm like, you take after what your coach really does. That is a umbrella effect on everybody that's under you. And you take on the demeanor of your head coach. Urban Meyer did not want to lose. And you could tell that from those players and the way they reacted to that and the way that they came back and handled people the way they should. Billy goes in there and he's doing the same press conference that he does every single time. And I just can't vibe with it. Like, I need a coach with some type of aggression. I need you to get in there and I mean, these are young. At the end of the day, I'm a firm believer in that some people just need to get yelled at and some people just need to get that, like, you got to get through to them. And at the end, these are young bucks still. I get that they're grown men making money, but they're still young. Some of them, a lot of them are under the age of 21. So I don't see.
I think with Lagway, I think it's the confidence isn't there, right? And I think that's a confidence in the head man and in his system. It looks like he's second guessing things, even when there's people wide open. We can see it. Like when we playing, there are people wide open, but there's some. That part of the game isn't rust. That part of the game isn't, you miss time. It's knowing the system, where to go with the ball. It looked like he's swimming and drowning a little bit in the offense that to us, it's a simple offense, right?
Yeah.
It's a lack of confidence. And I think it's a lack of confidence in the system, the coaching, etc. And I think that it trickles down from DJ to the rest of the team, just like it trickles down from the head coach to the quarterback. It's just, I don't know if they believe anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like they fought for him towards the end of the game. Towards the end of the last season, a lot of that was Lagway and his heroics and his energy. But Lagway energy isn't the same as it was last year, in the same offense, same team, and we're not getting the same heroics and that type of quarterback play. But yeah, I think tomorrow, back to the USF thing, like I don't think USF is good. I'm sorry. I think they're good, but I don't think they're good enough to beat Miami. I don't think they was good enough to beat us. We beat ourselves. Like the 11 penalties, the not getting 7 points and getting threes, letting the team hang around, not executing. They didn't go out and do anything, was having some miraculous game where the quarterback just couldn't be tackled. No, that didn't happen. Nobody went off on us from USF. There was no player that just killed us. We beat ourselves. So I don't think Miami's gonna beat themselves the same. We'll see, but I don't think they'll beat themselves the same. So I think Miami handles them. I don't know if they cover the 17. I think I got them on my top 25 show covering it, but they may not, but they're gonna win the football game. Yeah, it's just I think tomorrow kind of decides our fate. I think it's already decided just because making the playoffs is gonna be impossible from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard the greatest thing about practice this week.
That's, touching on a couple of things you said there. Number one, the confidence from DJ. I look at it from the standpoint of like, say Steph Curry, right? Steph Curry comes out onto a basketball court, and if he misses a three, it doesn't bother him because he knows when he comes back that he's getting another one and another one. He could shoot 33s in that game, and that the difference is that they trust him to keep shooting.
Right,
With DJ, on the other hand, I don't know how you build a confidence from him because he's been told all offseason, I'm a Heisman finalist, that you're this miraculous quarterback, which I believe he is. I still believe that there's a reason he's a Gatorade player.
He got confidence in his talents.
Yeah, but you can't have confidence
in the system is different.
Right. And if you get told, and this I can't get through to, and it's hard when you get through to people who it's hard because they don't watch the ins and outs. But if you try and tell somebody, even with Vernell Brown dropping the pass, you tell somebody all game you're not getting these looks, and then you tell them in the moment that it's so crucial that, hey, you got to make this because we're going to finally decide to throw it. Same thing with DJ rolling out and throwing the pick on Saturday. You have him roll out, and now you're going to let him throw down the field. If he throws down the field 4 other times, yeah, he might make that throw because the confidence is built. But you have him throwing bubble screens and slant routes and 2-yard outs on 3rd and 7. This is the same stuff we talked about before the season started.
That's a great take.
It's just,
yeah, like the crazy throws. It's got to be easier throws than the bubble screen to get them rolling. But this offense doesn't have a good system just to get quarterbacks like, why is a bubble screen got to be the cause to get the quarterback rolling and some confidence? I think there's a lot of like lack of transparency. I think we're not being told the truth about a lot of things, around the team. The most discouraging thing for me is the hype that was built up, right? The lack of awareness. You go to SEC Media Day and you're talking very confidently about there's no excuses and, this is a playoff caliber team. And to come out flat versus LIU, I called it. I said, that's flat. Everybody was caught up in the score. I said, nah, I'm just going to keep it a bean. We didn't execute. Even if we were keeping it vanilla, we didn't execute like we were supposed to on a team like that. Like, our O-line was getting blown up some plays. I'm just like, bro, this is LIU. And then it showed its face again the next week. Team come out flat in our own building on upset watch because that team had just upset Boise. Yep. Right. So it wasn't a secret that the team was coming in, and your quarterback is saying that he's going to come in the building and play better. Right. And we just fall flat. I hate this part of it.
Mm-hmm.
We done been here so many times, bro. Like different coaches
last year.
I hate this part of it because you almost, as a fan, I never want to root for my team to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But you had the part of this tenure, with Billy Napier tenure, where, bro, if he lose, we win. That's just, as a fan, I want my team to win, but I'm to the point where every loss is one loss closer to us going and get, a solution. And I think the solution for the University of Florida is not trying to find a G5 guy, the upcoming G5 guy, bro. This is creme de la creme. This is the University of Florida. Go hire a bona fide offensive juggernaut.
Yep.
Pay him to come in and run it to fit the identity of a Florida coach. Urban Meyer went and got points. Steve Spurrier went and got points. Dan Mullen was doing it for a little bit, but he just couldn't keep up with the recruiting. But go get coaches that could go get points, that understand spread football, could use Florida athletes the right way, that understand the culture when you went on the recruiting trail. Those guys are out there, man. You can go find that type of guy Don't settle.
Yeah.
But we had a weird spot with University of Florida football where like you almost just, I hate to say it, you almost want to lose to get to a better spot overall for the program.
Sometimes it's just like a bone. Sometimes you got to break it to get stronger. And I feel like we're just breaking different bones and we're not. Dan Mullen could score. I think Dan Mullen is a glorified OC, and that's what he is. I mean, he can put points up when he wants to, and I think that when you give him the right pieces, like Urban Meyer gave him the right chess pieces, and he just started moving around. He knew exactly what to do. I feel like Billy has all the right pieces, but like I've said plenty of times, I feel like he's got the chessboard in front of him. He's got all the chess pieces in front of him. He's out there trying to play checkers, and it's like that don't make sense. Yeah, he don't know what to do.
Like, what does this horse do?
Yeah, he's trying to jump a rook with the pawn. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and Trey Wilson is the rook. He don't know what to do. He moving it like a pawn. He has no idea how to use the rook.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I've been I said it a couple of times on here, like, and it was out of frustration, but I sat and thought about it today, and I was like, man, Trey Wilson needs to take that yak sticker off his back plate. And I'm like, why does he need to do that though? Because it's not his fault. They know it's coming. Why you have the safeties are playing so far up. USF played solo safety so many times, and all we've heard all this whole offseason is how great this receiving core is. I've seen one receiver in Vernell Brown. To be honest with you, that's the only one I've seen do.
This is malpractice, my brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like what we're seeing, personnel wise, all the talent. This is one of the most talented rosters we've seen, bro, in the last, I think, like 15 years. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is a very talented roster, top to bottom. And it looks regular with what he's calling. The craziest thing about it, you can see the talent exude off the field, right? You can see when these guys get their moments, and then you're like putting it all together, putting drives together, playing guys at the right time. Like Jaden Ball gets 51 yards the first drive, and then he disappears. Right. Right. Key moments where you need, short yard, 3rd and 3, he's nowhere to be found on the field. Like it just doesn't make any sense. 12 personnel. Tight end is one of the worst recruited positions on our team. It's not even close. It's like at the bottom of the barrel in recruiting, and our offense is heavily predicated. And both of those guys, like I know some of us say, "Oh, that wasn't a penalty with the offensive pass interference," but I mean, technically, our tight ends took off 14 points off the scoreboard.
True.
With the drop by Livingston, and then that pass interference took 14 points off the field. And when we decide to go 4 wide, we're going 4 wide with 2 receivers and 2 tight ends.
And 5 wide is 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, and a running back.
Even our 10 personnel is 12 personnel.
Yeah. And going back to the USF deal that you said, like, I agree. I think the USF, I think Byron Brown he's got a juice to him. He's got an energy right now, and I think he just has kind of he's just able to make it happen. I'll be honest with you, he's almost got hear me out when I say this, because I'm probably going to get ridiculed for this. He's not Cam Newton, but he's got that feeling to when he takes off running, people kind of like fall to it, break to it, that like people around him aren't that great, but he makes them better for the level that they're at. But I feel like, I just said it to my wife, I feel like USF, I'm not going to take anything from him. You won the ball game. Kudos. Shout out to Alex Golis. Shout out to Byron Brown. All y'all, you won. But I don't feel like you said they did not outright beat us. I feel like they did everything they needed to do to beat a team that shot themselves in the foot. And it sucks to look at it that way. And I'm like, well, where does that come from? You know where it comes from. Scott Strickland knows where it came from. Everyone knows where it came from. It's just you got a bunch of egos that are floating around that front office.
Yeah, Alex Golis out Billy balled Billy. Yeah. So he operated USF how a program like USF should operate in the game. You try to shorten the game, be one possession on the road. You try to squeak out a win versus one of the big boy programs. Yeah. So Billy is the same way. He's not really trying to go out there and smoke you and put on the offensive show and get explosive or anything like that. He's to a certain, even if he gets a lead, he sits on the lead. So it's just about just trying to win the football game. But he just got out coached and got out bullied by somebody, like with a smaller program, not even half the talent, not half the payroll, not half the staff. Like it's not even close We should have smoked that team.
I
Should have
might.
covered the spread.
I'll be honest with you. I might be in the 0.5 percentile of saying this, but DJ having the year that he's having right now, with the chance of Billy being fired, might be the best thing for us to keep a quarterback of his caliber, to give another head coach the time to come in, depending on what coach they bring in, to bring in a head coach that could keep him here.
I don't think DJ's not going anywhere, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he is either. And because Billy ain't going to go get another job. I mean, you ain't going to have people biting at the bits to bring in this offense and this team that what he's putting out on the field. I mean, obviously went through the Urban Meyer days, went through the Ron Zook days, and seeing coaches like that. I've been comparing Ron Zook and Billy Napier to each other. I think Ron Zook is actually a better coach than Billy was. But
Billy's by far the worst.
Yeah, like it really is insane to look at. I'm like, even these coaches that we had in the Muschamp, McElwain, Mullen, they all strung together.
Billy's
10
by
win
far
seasons.
the worst. Billy's by far the worst, and they all didn't have the resources he had.
Yeah,
like a lot of those coaches was begging for the resources that Billy has right now. So he's done a whole lot less with a whole lot more.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you said it perfect though. It sucks because I'm in the same boat as last year. I want to pull out the Fire Billy shirt that everybody knows I got. I wore that thing into the swamp. Like it, I want to pull it out again, and it's just because it's crazy because I feel that way again.
At least iron it tonight.
Yeah.
Have it ready. I
need to have it just prepped and ready to might throw on around halftime. But it's seeing that Dabo fired Billy. That's perfect by Kenny. Dabo fired Billy because they lost to USF because of his offense.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I read that
wild juju right there, bro.
Yeah, there's an article that popped up, and it said that apparently a couple people got fired. Let me see if I can find that while we're talking. But it just looking ahead, I'm like, what does it take? What does it take? What do you, as Scott Strickland, and it's got to be embarrassing to him. It's got to be. I mean, for him, it's got to be embarrassing. You got this great basketball coach. And to be honest with you got a basketball coach in Todd Golden that I feel like if you put his mindset into a football coach, we're beating bad teams 90-0 if we can. I mean, he wants to put his foot on your throat and not let off. But Billy just is so vanilla with everything he does. And
I don't know how he got the job. Like, I just don't know what they saw because from the go, like the offensive scheme just wasn't there. And we all from go was asking for OC from go, the moment we hired him. Program building wise, we love what we heard, what he did with Louisiana. It was a lot to like on paper from like rebuilding that program to the best they've ever been. But outside of when you cut the game on, there was a lot to be desired when you cut the games on and watch the game. I remember the bowl game, after we hired him, not bowl, I think it was like their last game of the season, the conference championship or something.
Yeah.
Or the league championship that they're in. I remember watching that game, it was just like, I don't know about this, bro. Like, it just doesn't look good. And since he's been here, it just hasn't looked good. Looking back on it, he wasn't qualified for this job. And we got to stop the whole G5 thing. That's not a world anymore. The McElwain thing was a crash and burn. We tried again. We did the inexperience with Muschamp as a coordinator coming in. That crashed and burned. There's too many projects, bro. This is not that type of program in school. I wish the people that made the decisions around the school knew the value that the fans know. Like, we know that you need to have somebody that really know what the hell they doing and got a track record for winning. That's a super up and coming superstar like Urban was when he got the job.
Yeah,
that's what the program deserves, man. It's guys like that are well thought of and calling plays and innovative with calling plays and offense, not some guy that just clunk along and can get good characters and has a good Bible study program. I love the Bible. No.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. I mean, that's why I've been screaming Fran Brown. I think he'd be a great hire, to be honest with you. But
Fran Brown ain't ready. I like Fran Brown, but he ain't ready for this job.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you give, I'll say this: if he has the resources, I mean, he would recruit. If he's pulling recruits to Syracuse from Florida, I don't know if he's going to keep them. That's looking like it might be.
I just like what we got, because the right hire will keep a lot of these guys in play, just from
Yeah.
business and contracts and how things work. Um, Fran Brown's he's gonna still have to learn a little bit. SEC,
That's a
week
good
in,
point.
week out. Like there's still a learning curve there. I'm gonna need somebody with more experience, and ready to win right now. I love Fran Brown. He's gonna be one of those guys in about 10 years, but I don't know. I don't think Marcus Freeman leads Notre Dame, but shoot, go try to get him. Like get
Yeah.
aggressive.
I think you
Uh,
got to make some of these people say no rather than you just assume that we're not going to get them. Reading this
right.
right here about the Billy Napier at Clemson, it says a stagnant offense responsible for Clemson's first losing season in 12 years cost offensive coordinator Billy Napier and assistant Andre Powell their job Sunday. If that, I just don't know how you read that and just, I get it. Our front office ain't looking at everything like that, which they should. You're getting paid all this money. You need to deep dive into stuff like that. You need to be reaching out to a Dabo. Like, hey, what is the deal? Why did Billy leave your team? He didn't leave on his own. There's a reason he got fired. You can see
Right.
that stuff. You can type in Billy Napier fired. It's gonna pop up. Why were we not researching this stuff? But
They researched it and just didn't.
they just didn't care.
It's felt like a bargain hire, bro. Like a lot of our hires in the football world just feel like bargain hires. A guy they're considering the buyout, what it costs to attain them, what we just spent. And I'm not trying to count the program's money, but we just haven't been a splashy program that go out and try to get the splashy hire. At the time, I'm not saying it would have been the right hire, but at the time when Chip Kelly was a thing, we kind of just laid up and went and got Dan Mullen, the easy, lazy hire with a low buyout. There's a lot of familiarity with him and Strickland. It was just lazy hires, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What scares me the most is he gets to make the hire again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see. In your opinion, then, if you may not have them, you may not even want to give them, but if you had 3 coaches or even one coach, you're like, hey, I know you said Freeman, but what others you got in mind? I mean, we know Lanning ain't leaving. That's an open checkbook over there.
I mean, just put him on there. Just
Yeah.
put Lanning on there. Like, why not, bro? We dreaming a little bit, so you put Lanning on there. Like Matt Rule, like Brent Key. We've already said Marcus Freeman. I like Rhett Lashley. He's on the inexperienced side, but I think he's an innovative play caller. That's causing a lot of problems in the ACC. And the ACC is not bad right now. He played in the ACC championship his first year, right? It's a lot of just success around Rhett Lashley. So with my Rhett Lashley, who else do I like?
I'll tell you who I don't like is Fish from Washington.
Oh, keep Jed Fish out of here.
Yeah, I don't understand, other than the alumni, like being an alum here. I do not understand people that are saying that. I'm like, what are we talking about here? I don't get it.
Yeah. We got to go get, for me, I don't mind a defensive hire. That only thing that scared me, like I like Marcus Freeman from a CEO standpoint, how young he is. He's a leader of men. But the Notre Dame offense isn't sexy. It's like, just to keep it a bean. And he is a defensive guy. So, like, while I got Marcus Freeman as one of my top guys, I don't have him as the top guy, to be honest with you. Don't like James Franklin for our hire right now. I like James Franklin as a coach, but I don't know if I like him for our hire right now where we at. We need somebody to come in as a quarterback guy. That's why I like Rhett Lashley a lot. We need a quarterback-minded dude to come in, an offensive-minded dude to come in here for us to, take this 5-star that we invested a lot of money in as a program and take him to the next level and take the program. I think this is a championship roster.
Yep.
And the right coach come in and that offense is clicking. Like, next year's schedule bodes better than this year's. If you got the right head coach involved, bro, I think we can make a run. But
I think you got to make that hire too. You got to look at it as like an investment of keeping the roster, even though I do believe that you can flip the roster. And I'll never want to be transfer portal warriors. Like, I don't want to have the Norvells or the Kiffins where they just constantly are in the transfer portal, because you don't know what team you're going to have year in and year out. You could have like just FSU last year, 2-10 to this year. They look good this year. And, right now, we'll see how they do against the Miamis and the Clemsons. But I agree. I think Rhett Lashley, he's one that he interests me. Arizona State's head coach.
I like him.
Yeah,
I do
he's
like
an offensive mind.
what's my man named Dilly.
Dillingham.
I love Dillingham as a head coach for sure. I don't know. He's home. Arizona State's home for him. That's his alumni. So I don't know. I don't know if he wants to leave, but I do like him a lot.
Another one that it's kind of crazy to say it. I don't know if he's like the best hire, but Vandy's head coach ain't bad, but he's home too. Like, I don't know if he's leaving, but Kenny, no, I would not take Gus Malzahn. He is
Gus Malzahn.
Yeah, no chance. But
washed, man.
I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of people look at Alex Golesh beating us and going like, oh, that's a great coach. And I'm like, I don't want him, just to be honest. I just don't think
he wouldn't be I don't think he's ready for the job either. I like Alex as well, but I don't think he's ready for the job.
Yeah, you're right. There's some people that they gotta have that repetition. It's just a different ball game when it gets up to, you can win those games, but there's a reason why it was an upset rather than it was just like the USF is consistently there.
But one thing about Alex Golesh, he's from SEC world. He understands the league.
Tennessee.
So yeah. So he understands the league a little bit. So when he does face these SEC, because he gave Bama hell last year. Right? And they should have beat Bama last year, to be honest. Like, they got robbed a little bit and they folded at the end. I like him. But after what we just seen, he's just not the right job for right now. It's just, we need a more experienced guy to come in and get this ship steady. Because right now
it ain't it.
It's just not
it's such a sad time. I cannot believe we're here again. It's just, that's the part that's sick to me, is that it was like Billy went and did what he did last year. And I said it before the season even started. I'm like, if this team gets down, if this team loses, is this team going to be able to flip the script and get themselves back into that mode that they did last year? Because it ain't easy to get in that mode when you're told all offseason that you're them guys. Like, there's a reason they're hyping you up. They're watching ESPN. I see them sharing the clips. Are you going to be able to get yourself in that mode yet again? Because I just personally, I don't see it. And I know that people look at it, and again, even if we do go out there and beat LSU, I still do not believe that Billy's a guy. I think that we just found a way to upset LSU, to put it bluntly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we win the game, but then, like, coming back for the Miami game, I just wouldn't know what to expect in that game. And just looking at the rest of our schedule, I just don't see us being consistent enough the rest of this season to, make the playoffs, become a top 12, 15 type team. I don't see us getting into that area again. What were we saying? Oh, I was reading the comments. So I don't mind Kiffin in that group. To be honest with you, I don't think they would hire Kiffin. But he's got league experience, great. I would say he will pull the best out of DJ Lagway. I think he comes in with a system that's ready to go game one. The league's familiar with him, so it won't be a whole lot of trying to figure out his playbook. You're not catching anybody by surprise, but I think with the talent that we have, I think that we'll playoff team with a coach like Kiffin, no doubt.
Yeah,
it's just what you get. You talk about the transfer portal and stuff. I'm gonna let you move on, but you talk about the transfer portal stuff. I don't know what we get from a recruiting year to year with Lane Kiffin, because he'll get lazy as he does out of Ole Miss and go heavy in the portal if he has to, right? So that's the only thing that frightens me about him, is just the recruiting.
I'll tell you that list there, it sucks because, like, I watch his stuff. I watch Gruden's takes on football, and I think he is in a sense, he's how we are with football. He loves it. Like, and he's even deeper. Like, he loves the ins and outs of it. But he's too controversial, I think, for UF in the sense of that.
Kiffin might be like, I don't think Florida makes those type. I know they don't make those type of hires. Kiffin being a single man is another thing. He has reputation out there about off the field shenanigans, and also too, I don't know if he's mature enough for the Florida job. Like, he'll troll us back, if he start losing or he in a rough spot, bro. He's that type of guy. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he's mature enough. Has he turned that corner? He went through the Saban car wash, but you still see a lot of those ways that he had from
He
FAU,
kind of turned
Tennessee.
back a little bit.
Yeah, every now and then, he loves attention,
Mhm.
social media. That's weird to me from a coach. Like he's
Yeah.
one of the few head coaches that'll get active on Twitter and troll other coaches. So
Mhm.
those type of things, this ain't the type of fan base for the shenanigans, I don't think.
It's not. I am cool with it though. I do like the Spurrier mindset. I like the cocky mindset. I like that
I
from a
love
head
that.
coach.
Yeah, I
I
love
think
that.
it bodes well. I'll be honest with you, I think some cockiness. I'm a Packers fan with not to transfer to the NFL, but I'm a Packers fan and putting Micah Parsons on that defense and him basically going out and they asked him, how do you feel about trying to catch Jaden Daniels running on the side? And he's like, he ain't faster than me. And it's like, I like that out of somebody. Everyone looks at it as like, oh, that's cocky. It's like, no, he's bringing a confidence. Like this defense is playing different, but it also comes from a head coach. You got LaFleur, who's kind of cocky about him. When it comes to the Gators, I'm like, there ain't no. I don't feel like there's any swag here unless we're winning. Like when it gets gritty and it gets in there, like that game at USF, you didn't see any type of confidence to them. And when Marco Wilson goes and throws the cleat, everybody puts it on Mullen. But then Bet goes and spits on a man, which I don't agree with. I don't think you should spit on another man. But I'm like, why is that not being thrown on Billy? We threw it on Marco, but Bet is the bad guy, which, again, yes, both of them made a stupid mistake, but they're still young bucks, and they're still learning.
Let's talk. I don't even like his response to it.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like turning Bet into the victim. Oh, he's very sorry, and he's that guy's he's going through it in the locker room. It
You don't
really
like
broke
Bet
his
or
heart.
Napier's
response to it, like the way he was talking about the way Bet deal with the aftermath of spitting. Bro, go make him run stairs. Like you almost sound remorseful for the kid. No, he needs to be suspended the game. It's just, bro, like there's a Matt Rule clip where he's just telling his team, yo, we up 30 points. I don't care. Like, let's put our foot down. Like, we play hard enough for the guy behind you to get some minutes. Like, we ain't come here to just beat them by 30. Let's beat them by 60. That's the mindset you got to have in this gladiator game, bro. Like, you can't come into this game. We come in here, we're going to be good men and, we're going to win. And we're going to do it with good character. And we're going to love each other after the game, win, lose, or draw. No, Brandon Spikes punch in your face. You spit on somebody and cost us the game.
Yeah.
You got to go back to the locker room with Brandon Seiler. You
how
walking into Knuckles.
You?
You walking into a locker room of Knuckles if you blowing a game like that. Where's the accountability amongst men, amongst warriors? And there is none, bro. Like, from top to bottom, it's just like, he went and acquired some very talented guys with some good character. We got a great room of guys with some high character, great athleticism, come from great families, all of that, but they're not being led, in the proper way.
Yeah, that's what I hate too, is because it's hard because I get it. Again, the controversial people, even going back to Gruden, because I see that head coach Gruden, OC Bell, DC Muschamp.
Get Bell out of here.
Exactly. Get Gruden. For example, Gruden said, they asked him, how would you handle, like, he was on Bussin' with the Boys and they asked him on there, how would you handle NIL in today's day? And he was like, I would make sure I had all the NIL I wanted. I'd go buy every player I could. And I'm like, that's kind of the mindset you got to have right now. Until they tell you otherwise, you got to have that mindset. So if he does come with that mindset and he does understand the recruiting side of it, we'll see what he does. But I think that go ahead.
Gruden would I don't know who the people out there, like, of course he got controversial things, why he may not get a job is why he don't have a job right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you think he's going to be unsuccessful at a place like Florida, you're crazy. From a CEO perspective, I know some people, he never coached college football.
Doesn't matter.
Bro, this dude's a football, like, brilliant guy. He's going to hire well. He's going to be able to go do the same stuff that Deion do, but at a higher level. Like, dudes are going to want to coach with him. He understands roster management at an NFL level. He's going to know who to hire as a GM. This whole new wave of college GMs, he's going to know how to fill that role. Gruden will absolutely smash this job. Outside of the country, he has no buyout. He's home. You can hire him right away. Like, I wouldn't be against the Gruden thing. And, like,
and he's a
a lot
stone
of
toss
the
away.
controversy is just not, to me, I'm different though. I'm like my mindset's a little different than the average person. I don't get caught up in like the shenanigans and how people spin things and frame things, right? So I ain't caught up in all that. But in the football aspect, he would be absolutely successful.
Yeah, I agree. I think that going to what Kenny said, like Joe Brady, I think Joe Brady don't want to recruit. Joe Brady is happy being an OC in the NFL. I think that he is single-handedly the reason why that 2019 LSU team was what they were. We saw what they were the year prior, and then the next year when he gets hired, they just light up the scoreboard. I think that he just has that ability to him, that he just knows how to scheme up an offense. But you'd love Joe Brady the way you love Dan Mullen. He's going to scheme up an offense. He's going to score a lot of points, but then you're going to end up having guys that want to come. They don't make it to campus. You're going to end up with a bunch of 3-star guys, and it's not going to pan out because you can have the best offensive mind, but if you ain't getting them top dogs, you ain't competing with the top dogs. That's just to put it blunt. But I'm cool. I want just my main thing with the hire. I know everyone kind of has that mindset of like, oh, I want that CEO, like, because they saw Saban do it. They look at a blueprint there, but I just want a coach that with confidence. I want a coach that's going to do what Rule did. We're winning by 30. No, we should be winning by 60, 70. Like, we should be doing to bad teams what FSU did to a bad team. To put it bluntly, I hate complimenting them, but that's what you do to bad teams. You put your foot on their throats and you get your backup guys minutes so that they have the feel of in-game play. So if when the going gets tough, if you need those guys, they're not out there looking like a deer in headlights. They're ready to go. Even if they're playing nobodies, they know what it feels like to have a crowd screaming around them. It's just different.
You know why there's no urgency like that? Because Billy plays guys, a lot of guys anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there's no urgency of, hey, go put up 50 so we get the backups. And then the backups probably got the next drive.
Yeah.
In a lot of aspects, right? Like the distribution of running back and the way they've been handing out carries has been criminal, like since he's been here. Like give the more talented guy the ball. Like, who cares if ETN may not block the best, bro? Like, put the ball in his hand when he's on the field. Like, get the ball in his hand in key moments. Jaden Ball is the best player on offense. Get him the ball. I love Jacoby Jackson. Big fan of the kid. Everything he's been through, he's a good running back. There's nothing bad about him, but 13 is different. Like, why we don't see him for drives at a time is criminal.
Yeah.
So, like, there's just no urgency because everybody gets to play in a lot of aspects. Like we seen walk-on receivers get playing time in meaningful minutes at the University of Florida. No shot at walk-ons, but you look at this roster and the money we spend at receiver, I think it's, if I'm the booster that paid for some of these salaries, I'm just like, all right, bro, that's not what I paid for. I didn't pay for number 30 to get on the field. When I got a 5-star that I had to poach from Oregon or something, right?
Yeah.
So it's just the culture is too Pop Warner-ish.
That's what I was just about to say. Very Pop Warner-esque. And it's like, if I'm J. Michael, I'm pissed at this point because I had a chance to leave UCLA and to go to the league. And right now, I mean, I know it is a long season ahead. We got 10 games left. Maybe something changes. You know what, Billy? You go win us these next 10. I'll be right back on the bandwagon. I promise you, I'll be right here chugging along with you. But the sad thing is it ain't going to happen. And I feel like as a head coach, if you care about these young men the way that you say that you do, you are ruining these receivers' chance at their chance in the league. I get it. Ricky Pearsall went in the first round, but let's just keep it a buck. That wasn't a great receiver class. And people wanted what receivers they could grab. I think Ricky is going to do well in San Francisco. It's a very great schemed up offense, but right now it's looking like if this year continues the way it is, J. Michael, who knows where he's going to fall to unless they just look at his tape from previous. But that's not a Billy thing. That's a UCLA thing. That's just like Cam Ward going to Miami. Like, y'all didn't make Cam Ward. Like, y'all paid Cam Ward, but Cam Ward got made in Washington State. And that's the sad thing about it is it's almost like the same thing with Ricky Pearsall. I'm like, he was doing just fine at Arizona State. There's a reason you went and got him. He just wanted to get out the slums and get to better competition to get to that first round. But I don't know. You're right. I mean, I was shouting for Lane Kiffin last year. I don't like the recruiting side of it.
Yeah, I'm just like Lane Kiffin wouldn't fail at Florida. I think we'll be competing for the playoffs every single year. Like longevity wise, it's just he's all like just it's large margins on the long shot. That's what somebody told me in the investment world. It's large margins on the long shot. I think Lane is just a lot of variables that you just don't know what you're gonna get out of him sometime from just like a personality standpoint, a work standpoint, like working with him, like AD and a head football coach and the president, they got to be able to get along, right, and function together for money reasons and a whole lot of other things. Like it just got to be, cohesive. But from a football standpoint, like everybody's saying in the comment section, yeah, Lane is probably the most qualified for the job. He's been in this league for a very long time. Like from the very first time he was at Tennessee and was the youngest coach in the league at that time. Then he goes to Bama, and then he goes to Ole Miss. He's just been in this league for a very long time. He understands it. Football royalty. He's just born in football. This is his life. He don't have anything else he wants to do. He want a football troll, maybe hit Blue Martini with some co-eds. And that's the problem right there, the co-eds, like the shenanigans. You just never know what you're going to get with the shenanigans. And I think University of Florida is just, they're not going to take any risk on like long shots. Strickland is a desperate man, though. I tell you that, right? Bro, I just don't want him making it higher. Like whoever makes the decision just can't be him. I don't know if he takes that type of risk with Strickland. Having, he's pretty much a dead man walking.
Yeah.
As far as his career as AD, like they got a finished date on when he's gonna stop being the AD. I don't know if I think he goes something safe and plain Jane. I'm just trying to simmer everybody's expectations down. I would love for Lane to come in as well. Everybody that we name is just an upgrade from what we got. Everybody that we name is more experienced than what we got. But I think we go super safe, and I don't know what that is.
I think that if we go super safe, I think it's Alex Golish. I think that's like the safe pick because it's like a popular name. But I'm gonna play the other side of the ball real quick. We've both been agreeing on Lane being a little bit controversial, and us talking about like the transfer portal. And I get it; it's a little different from one sport to the next. But a couple of things, if we remember, just not too long ago, Todd Golden had some off the court issues, and then he went and brought in a team of transfers and goes and wins a national championship with him. And then now this year he's kind of repeating that cycle, and it's looking like we're going to have a top team again. So maybe that is the era that we're in, and maybe that is kind of what can work. Like maybe it's not everybody's gonna have a different blueprint. That's not what we want, but maybe that is what we need. And not that we need the off the field stuff. Like I don't want Lane to come in and have issues of that, like Golden did with issues with girls off it. But if we have to have a little bit of off the field issues to go win a national championship, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where we go with it. I know Billy.
There's been some controversies around just like that type of stuff, like in other sports, bro, around Florida right now. I don't know if I'm with the Lane higher. I just don't think Florida makes it, man. Alex Golish would be another rebuild. I think some players will leave. You're starting over with a guy like that, but it ain't even safe. It's just safe PR wise. It's cheap. It's like, you're not putting yourself in a financial bind of any sorts, right? After these buyouts back to back. When I say safe, I mean in that regard, not safe as in, he'll go win 10 games and be decent every year. No, it's safe in no controversy, not a splash, cheap, affordable. He's at a program that he's not going to wait around for the playoffs or anything. Like he'll leave right away. So it's safe from that standpoint.
Yeah. I think too, looking at it's been kind of talked about in here too, and we know it just from the years and years of paying attention to Lane Kiffin, is that one of his role models and people he wanted to be like was Steve Spurrier. And I think that like Steve Spurrier, you can tell he tries to kind of keep, his wits about it and not really get too much into it, but you can tell by his facial expressions that he's like, what is this mess that I'm looking at? And I think that if Kiffin comes
if
in,
we're disgusted, you can only imagine what the football mind of Steve Spurrier is saying. If we see this plain Jane offense, like Steve is,
he's disgusted. But I think that Kiffin, Kiffin is probably, if we're being honest here, out of all the names we've said, I definitely think that Kiffin has to be number one, just because it does make the most sense. He's been the one we've all been shouting for. He's going to put.
I think that's the ultimate splash would be Kiffin. I'm gonna be real with you. Like that would be the biggest splash, I would say, even over Marcus Freeman. Oh yeah, Lanning would be up there. Like I think he'll be a bigger splash thing because what we need, and like Marcus Freeman is good, but from what we need a influx of energy. Marcus Freeman is not gonna come into this league talking greasy and and rewriting the ship of like the arrogance you were talking about, like what Spurrier had, what Urban had. He fits the bill. Like he grew up like loving Steve Spurrier and whatnot. He gets it. He can recruit the state. Everybody when he go on the trail. I'm not gonna say he can recruit. When he go on the trail, you don't have to figure out who this coach is. You're Googling to find out who Billy Napier is. You're Googling to find out who McElwain is, right? In this state or anywhere in the country, when you say Lane Kiffin, every player that playing high school football right now know who Lane Kiffin is, and what time it is. So now I think he's the guy for the and from the mindset of trying to go win and get in the playoffs next year. It would be a guy like that. Yeah, he most likely is not gonna make the playoffs. Marcus Freeman is probably gonna be in the playoffs. If not, like he's gonna have a very good bowl. You don't have to wait some. Your early signing day is gonna be a wash. Like I think that early signing day and getting somebody, and we're just speaking ahead of ahead of the firing. We're getting ahead of ourselves here a little bit with my man JB. We predict in the future, like because to me it's on the horizon. Like it's a matter of time. It's inevitable at this point. But I think you got to find somebody to replace him before early signing day. You got to get a guy in here. All that waiting around, I think like that culture of coaching changes got to change. At some point. And certain guys aren't going to make that jump. Like Marcus Freeman wouldn't be a guy. You wouldn't get him into like late January, mid-January. Yeah.
I think that Marcus Freeman, just touching on that with the offensive side of it, I think that's the reason why I think a lot of fans would be kind of upset about it. He's a great defense, but I guess it would depend on who he goes and hires offensively. But the offense that he's putting out on display this year, like it would just be the same thing. It'd be another Muschamp type team where it's like great defense.
The safest of the safe is Brent Key.
That's true. It's so tough, man. It's because we're serious.
That's the safe. I'm not saying the best. I'm just because what like you gotta just check out my definition of safe. Safe is not controversial. SEC experience. The buyout's not huge. You don't have to wait a long time with the playoffs. You could get them on over. But with Brent Key, his offensive coordinator probably likely stays at Georgia Tech. So you're still trying to find an offensive coordinator. So it would be safe on paper, but I would hate that hire. And I like Brent Key as a head coach, but I would hate that hire for what we need right now. We need a splash.
Yeah, you got me right back on the Lane train. I can't lie to you. I've been kind of
I'm talking myself into it. The chat's talking me to it again. I talked myself into it last year, me too. And then back out of it last year. Now I'm talking myself back into it. No, I just like I'm just so conservative with my head coaches and how they should be on social media. And, I want you talking crazy in the pressers and to the media, to other coaches. Like, I'm cool with that. But the tweeting, like that stuff right there just throws me off a little bit. Like, I don't want my coach on social media, bro.
Yeah. So we basically know it's inevitable. We'll jump ahead real quick before I let you jump off of here. How do you think tomorrow goes? Just give me definitely real quick. I know we're jumping back. Drinkwitz is not it. Please, I want him.
He's weird, man.
Yeah, he's not it. I want him as far away from here as possible. But yeah, jumping ahead to tomorrow night's game, give me just a quick rundown. You ain't got to pick if we win or lose, but
Yeah, I don't think, and this is like, I'm a Gator fan to the core. Just from what I heard, just how practice went this week, I don't think we win. I haven't heard the grades about how practice went this week. Wasn't smooth. Wasn't a lot of, ball security was, a little iffy. We're going on the road. A lot of times teams have a rough week of practice. We may not know, but they know. So they're going in with even, a less amount of, confidence. So I don't think it go well. I think we lose, and I think this is the snowball. And it's just a matter of time. I just don't know who will be the interim, and if they, let him finish the season, all of that type of stuff. But no, I think we lose. And if you lose that game, you're going down to Miami. You got to be looking at 1-4 type. One in what? Were you 1 in?
he'd be
4.
1-3. Yeah, 1-4. Yeah,
We're 1-4.
Yep.
Ugly.
No, if we lose to Miami, we'd be 1-3.
1-3. Yeah, we did win
Yeah.
one. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, 1-3.
Yeah, but it's just I don't see where it stands. Like I think the same thing. Just touching, I think what's going to end up happening is I think that our defense will have the ability to keep us in the game for a little bit tomorrow night. But this is the biggest thing we touched on. I'm pretty sure you and I talked about it the last time you were on. But your defense can only do so much, and when your offense is 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, what's going to happen is what
I'm not
happened.
100% sold on defense, bro. I'm not 100% sold that our defense is good yet.
I don't think our defense is. I think our defense is decent, and what I mean that I think that they can hold it down. I think to not get pressure on the quarterback. But if we're being honest here, and just I'll stand on this, I think LIU didn't give a chance to pressure the quarterback really. They didn't really throw the ball. They handed the ball off, and they read options the whole game. And then the second thing is the fast-paced tempo of USF. I don't know if you really had a full-on chance to get back to the quarterback. This is going to be your first legitimate game to have a chance to get back there. Do I think they can? I don't know. They did it last year against LSU, but there was a different energy to the team at that time. And like you said, if it was a bad week of practice, there's going to be no type of energy, no type of juice going into the game tomorrow. But I think this will be, if we can't get to the quarterback tomorrow, and a quarterback like Nuss that really wants to stand in that pocket and throw it, I don't see us getting anybody. Maybe, not even Arch. I don't know who we get to.
Like style-wise, there's some red flags with our defense. Like the cushion, if the free releases that we were given to USF is given to LSU, I think it's some barbecue chicken on the way. You just can't let those type of athletes just leave the line of scrimmage undisrupted. And it's just like certain things you're gonna get away with, like the red flags we seen in LIU, they showed themselves in USF. The red flags I seen defensively on USF, if there's nothing changed, I think we're gonna see some things this LSU game. Because if I'm seeing it, I know LSU is seeing it.
Oh yeah.
So they're gonna dial some stuff up, and that's gonna be a problem for us. I think Armstrong was a big part of how we ended last season. We're not attacking like we was last year. That passive, non-aggressive, prevent, bend but don't break defense is just not what the University of Florida is. Like, we're not attacking. We're the nail. We're sitting back and teams are attacking us, but we're not attacking them on both sides of the ball. The talent is all over the defense. And I'm with you on the pass rush. We haven't had a whole lot of opportunities for a drop back passer to really, pin our ears back. But even like with that, just disruption, like the confusion of who may be blitzing and who may be pass rushing and who's not, the mixing it up. I just haven't seen nothing from Roberts right now to make me think that it was him, how we ended last season. Caleb Banks being back could trigger a lot, Hopefully, I want us to win, but I just don't see it happening.
I think that this is a game, I mean, outside of the people who just live and die by Billy Napier, I I mean, at least I can watch the game tomorrow night, and I'm looking at it in two ways. If we win, cool. I'm gonna cheer. I'm gonna troll. All of that.
I ain't
If we
trolling.
lose,
I'm chilling. Like,
I know I can't help it with some of the, I just know some LSU fans, but
yeah,
so those guys I'll kind of mess with a little bit, but I also think that it's also if we lose, we're just that step closer to getting Billy out of here. And I know people in the comments are saying that it's like, I just am a firm believer in that in this day and age that you aren't going to have the fallback that you think. This is not 2014, 2015. Like, this is not the same fallback. You can have people that you can transfer twice now before any type of, well, unless your coach leaves. There's all these different avenues to it, how they get all these different ways of being able to transfer when and whenever they want. But I don't see a major fall off, but I can at least know that going into the game tomorrow, I can relax. Like, we either
I'm
win,
chilling. We win or
great.
we don't. Yep.
Yeah, we lose, we're just closer to the inevitable.
Yep. It's the beginning. It's last week was the beginning of the end. I'm still I'm traumatized, bro. Right.
Yeah. This is a comment right here. Like, we all lied.
No, we ain't lie. We told the truth. We got some good players. We just got a coach that didn't want to adapt, and grow and evolve and hire and delegate the offense away from himself. But what I said this entire offseason, because I wanted Billy fired last year. I'm still on record. Like, but once they decide to bring somebody back, now we got to talk about him being back, what his team is like, what can happen next year. And that's what we've been discussing. And I just been saying the talent acquisition is on point.
Yeah.
We got to wait for the games to be played to see if this thing takes the next. And then we were all also saying, yeah, Lagway could be the guy to take this offense and do better things. But none of us thought Billy was going to turn into some offensive guru in the offseason, and the offense turns into, Steve Spurrier fun and gun. We didn't think that. We thought maybe Lagway talents could take this offense to the next level. That's the part where we lied at. Like, Lagway's number one quarterback in the country, but he's not good enough to take this offense to where it needs to go.
Yeah, and that's the thing with it. I'll be honest with you, I really bought in.
Not by himself, I would say. Like,
but I bought into what you said, where I thought that DJ would be able to outplay bad play calling, but you can't. How do you outplay the plays that we're calling? I mean, it's just when you sit there. That's the sad part, is when I can sit here on my couch. I ain't never played a down in D1 football, and I can sit here and watch it and go, "This is what we're about to run." And the 3rd and 7, the 2-yard out to Eugene Wilson last week, and I'm like, how?
No, that Wildcat was crazy.
Well, yeah, that I can't even touch on that. That's just. I want to know.
Laughing when we got in it because I just knew it wasn't gonna work. I legit started laughing. I was like, "What is he doing?" Like, we're rolling.
I feel like Billy was so mad because I feel like the players did that or something. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, "Well, that Billy called that? Like, what are we doing here?" Yeah, I don't know, man.
Whatever variation of that play he keep trying, it just never has worked. He tried it like 4 or 5 times since he's been here. It hasn't worked once.
It's disgusting. It is, and it's just crazy. We're right here again talking about a new coach, and it's sad that we're talking about a new coach because if we're being honest, we ain't even guaranteed that he's going to get fired. If just to be honest, but
yeah, I just carry my life accordingly. They don't care. I can't care, bro. Like.
Yeah,
I just got to unplug from it, bro, because there's no way you could bring him back. Like, I think you're just going to be from a high school recruiting standpoint. And last year was one thing, but the receivers you got in that room are not going to stick around for this. Like, I know.
Heck no.
0, going to shop around. 9, they're going to shop around. I mean, 6.
Yeah,
9. 6 going to shop around, bro. Like, and they don't got to shop around. Like, the shopping gonna come to their DMs.
You know what I say?
Yeah. So, I don't think you get those players to stick around again for this 12 personnel and what we're seeing offensively.
Yeah, it's not an offense that shows anybody. I've been saying that though, that I don't feel like the offense is a receiver friendly. I mean, that's why we don't get like a Jeremiah Smith who is in Florida and he's gonna go to Ohio State to play for a team like that. We'll leave it at that because it is what it is. Going into tomorrow, I feel like we're going to lose. I've been preaching. I said that I wouldn't pick a win or loss, but Billy's got me there at this point. I think that we lose, unfortunately, but I don't even care if it's hard fought. Billy's got to. I'll go up there and help him pack. I'll go right up there.
I'll egg his house.
Yeah, I'll do both of them. Egg his house
I'm
and
kidding.
like,
Yeah, we haven't. We just joking, but nah, I wouldn't have him pack. I'd be too busy trying to, get my coaching board together.
That's true. It'll give us a lot more to talk about.
It's time though, man. Like this staff, even when you're talking about getting rid of them, we look at the staff and it's like there isn't an interim.
Nope.
There really isn't, and that's the type of staff. Like everybody keeps saying, Billy needs to give up the play calling. At this point, who is he going to give the sheets to right now? He needed to hire one when the hiring was happening, but right now, I don't trust Russ Callaway or nobody else to call the offense. Like who else in the office can he hand the sheets over to?
I just don't feel like there's anybody that, even if you were allowed to hire an OC right now, I don't think anybody could come in at this point in time and change it that drastically that like we would be ready to beat this stretch of teams that we're about to face.
Oh no,
yeah, but it's
an
just
off-season move.
Yeah, it is, and it's just time. It's time to part ways. It's time to, like you said on Twitter, it's time to we should have ripped the band-aid off last year, but all right, you messed up. That's their bad. Time to rip it off this year. And I get it. You got to do it though before the end of the season, because I think you do got to show some of these coaches that, because there are going to be coaches, if you're going to make a big hire, a big splash, you got to show them it's opening up, because they're going to start divvying out extensions. They're going to start giving out more money. You got to start getting in talks with these guys, and you can't wait for
Jimmy Sexton season, baby.
Yep.
Jimmy about to run it up.
Yeah, exactly. He's about to get a bag for some of these coaches, man. But yeah, I'll let you get off here. I kept you longer than I.
No, it's all anytime, man.
I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate y'all in the comments. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon. All the details are going to be on all the socials. But to get into that, you got to buy merch from the website right here. It's ifyouaintagator.myshopify.com. So buy your merch, screenshot it, and show me in my DMs, and it'll enter you into the giveaway. So we'll run that for a little while, and then like I said on Monday's show, we got a Jaden Ball shirt on the way. So be on the lookout for that one. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. And like we say every time, unfortunately last week it wasn't this, but if you ain't a Gator, y'all know the rest.